And the show ended with Baji getting kicked into hell. Okay, now we're streaming.
Hello, and welcome to FMK Anime, everyone. I'm your host, Meep, joined by my co-hosts, Linus and Ember. Say hello.
Ooh.
Hello.
And this is a show where each week we watch a list of anime, and at the end of the week we can cut one of the anime. Let's just jump right into it with the Vampire Dies in No Time,
We
episode
can
6.
kill one, but we don't necessarily do it all the time.
Alrighty. If I can just open my notes, phone, stop being a little gremlin.
Eh,
Alrighty.
it'd be like that.
In this, a vampire dies in no time, episode 6. A vampire runs away from a college girl, and with the help of Ronaldo, he manages to escape until a truck hits her and he falls in love with her. For New Year's, Ronaldo and Dralik go to a party of Dralik's family, where they try to hide Ronaldo being a hunter and even win a game to do so. However, the family already knew. Am I the only one who thought the first segment was utter garbage?
It was garbage, but it was funny garbage.
I felt
didn't
like
laugh.
this show has just, man, the fucking whiplash in bits. Because I didn't care for the first bit at all, but the second bit, the stuff with Dralik's family and shit, fucking loved it. Great part of the episode. But it just started off just sort of like,
Yeah. My only forgiveness is that that segment was so little, and then the rest was just Dralik's family, which was good. So,
Yeah.
also, I love the designs of Dralik's family.
Yeah.
Like, I literally put a unnamed character on the waifu chart.
the
It's the
fucking,
girl in the. Oh, sorry.
yeah, the one girl with like the hair going over her eye, yeah.
Yeah, the bunny suit.
Ye.
I also really like Dralik's aunt, too.
Yes, and the little family of Johns. Oh, they were so precious.
Yes.
But what. Now I'm just imagining, did they just raise a family of armadillos that are just their familiars? Is that what happened?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm pretty
absolutely.
sure that's that.
Like,
Okay.
dude, you saw the ending, right? Like, that's all the explanation you need. It's just the ending.
Yep.
You get raised by the armadillos, and then you get sent off to find your master.
It's uh I fucking I while I couldn't relate to it, I thought the joke was funny of no, Ronaldo, you don't understand. He drags the family along for everything.
This
Yeah, I
fucking
will admit that part was an awkward part of the episode to me.
oh
Just the whole thing of I'm never a fan of that kind of thing of like desperately trying to hide stuff because it gives me the secondhand anxiety of are they going to slip up and let them know?
which
But then it turns out they knew all the whole fucking time.
which I mean, usually when they set that sort of thing up, you know where it's going. They're gonna find out. You don't let that juicy drama slip away.
See,
Oh, but it makes me feel bad.
here's the thing, if they slipped up, neither of these characters are good people per se. Dralik sold Ronaldo out in an instant, and my thoughts on Ronaldo are known. I feel like that's the good ending that they find out. You know, maybe Ronaldo should pay compensation for that castle he destroyed in arson.
Yeah, that is a good point. He's never fucking paid for that.
He hasn't even apologized.
Yeah.
I feel like in a court of law that counts as arson.
Yeah, of a certain degree.
Yeah, how did he actually blow it up again? I forget.
All of Dralik, he short-circuited Dralik's eye laser machines because
And then, oh yeah, and then it ignited the poison gas and blew it up.
yeah.
Which I guess is that's kind of also on Dralik for having all of this dangerous shit in his house.
It's
You
like
know what? Why don't we
you
just
break into
blame
someone's
the-
house, you break into someone's house, but they got a rat's nest of wires happening, and then just so happens to be that rat's nest of wires bursts into flames when you're breaking in. Does it really make it your fault? There's other crimes you should be subjected to there.
I feel like that kid is also partially responsible. Maybe we should get him in on the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were the one that broke in the first place so you could play his fucking games without his permission.
Yeah, I loved that. They won't get violent, but they might sue. That's worse.
Everyone knows neither of these fuckers have any money.
I also love Juralic's coddling dad.
Yes. The fucking...
Daddy, sorry.
Like how they get eaten by the fucking piranha plants or whatever, and it's just like, oh, this is lovely.
I will say, I don't like it when the show puts Ronaldo in skimpy outfits, because it makes me uncomfortable, and I don't know why.
It makes you feel feelings that you did not know that you felt.
I'm bi, but I'm not into the bara men, if that makes any sense.
Are you sure that's it? Or are you repressing your true feelings, Beep?
No, I'm fairly certain that's it. The only time I get to that level of gay is when I get to a certain point of being high.
All I'm gonna say is I ship. I ship this just because it's fucking funny.
I also love how John made the dice flip over.
Yes.
Yeah, just pew!
John, best boy, MVP.
Kind of gives me flashbacks to fucking Road to El Dorado, how they used the armadillo as a basketball, basically.
The noises John makes are so cute.
Yes. Oh, precious baby.
It kind of sounds like Komi when she does her little thing, like the.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, I could draw her at some point. I am going to draw her.
Yes.
Hey. Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. I actually the thing that I wanted to draw was like her and I actually wanted to draw like her and Baji, and like Baji's teaching her sign language, because I think that would be just adorable.
Oh, yeah. That would actually be really cute.
Good end.
Yeah.
Good end crossover fanfic.
But in spirit of the drawing, there has to be at least one character from one of our other shows, possibly Metro Polyman, trying to kill Baji.
Oof.
Just in the corner with laser eyes.
Just Metro Polyman, God candidate.
Oh.
This but sorry.
I mean, he has been proven to have like god tier luck when it comes to not dying.
You know what? We have time. No, I'm kidding. I'll ask that at the end of the stream.
LeMayo.
What was I gonna say? Right. When I heard that we were going to see Dralik's family, this is not where I thought we were gonna go. Like, I thought he was just gonna be, like, looked down upon by his family. That was gonna be the whole thing.
Yeah, I thought
but
you
no!
were actually gonna have to fight them.
Yeah,
like,
I like that we went this direction instead with the dumb, stupid game that his grandfather came up with. That he's just, like, this fucking dude who just drags people along for, like, his weird, deathly fucking hobbies. Because he's just so fucking old, he doesn't really care anymore.
Yeah, also, this brings up the question of, like, are vampires born or are they made? I guess it's, like, kind of both in this world.
See, the direction I thought it was gonna go is, I thought it was gonna go in the direction of Drake is gonna be like, Ronaldo, we have to hide that I'm weak. My family doesn't know.
Yeah.
But nah, he's just the disabled kid in the family, I guess, or something.
Oof.
Yeah, the rest of the family just chill with him.
Yeah.
It was more the, oh my god, you're bringing a fucking hunter to the party. Oh god, hide him.
Yeah. It was less even that too. It was more like, oh, it's the guy who blew up your castle.
Mm-hmm. Also, did you notice that fucking volumes of the Vampire Dies in No Time manga were one of the prizes?
Oh, I didn't see that. That's great.
This is deadass just the manga. What the fuck does that mean?
Meta.
Hmm.
They broke the fucking universe.
I like that he's trying to give away a fucking live cow as a prize. Just like...
I love how the animals are represented in this thing. I saw that cow and I was just like, oh, new friend.
See, if it was a Harvest Moon cow, maybe I'd understand.
Baby.
I've only known Harvest Moon cow for about a week, but if anything happens to it, I'll kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Aw. Cute Komi-san, you cannot die.
Alright, that was this week.
So, is that this episode? Are we good for cards?
It's not the episode, but we're good for cards.
Wait, what? No, I mean this episode of anime.
I know, I was joking with you.
God damn it. That's it, there's nothing else to see past this point. Don't worry about it. Let's move on. It's probably for the best.
Let's give her cards. My card for this week will be a fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fuck.
I'm gonna also give a fuck. This was a good episode. More highs than lows this time. Good.
Yeah.
I will say though, I think we're about to get into the territory where a lot of the segments are going to start missing more than hitting. I feel like a lot of the jokes are starting to get a little bit dried up for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, the jokes of Dralic dying don't really do it for me anymore. It's usually the context of how it happens. And even then, it's still... Yeah, and even then, it's still a bit weak.
Like, that should absolutely be how it goes. It's the context instead of the fact that he does do the sand. And yeah, like, I think it's mostly just, like, for me, it's mostly just our weird buddy duo trying to deal with weird dumbass shit in this dumbass world.
Yeah. I also like that the girl isn't necessarily there at every episode because she's honestly, she feels like the weakest of the characters of the three.
Yes.
Yeah. Because her whole thing is Dralic is actually powerful. Oh wait, is he?
Yeah, basically her entire thing is just to react to their bullshit. Which we have plenty of other characters who are also reacting to their bullshit.
Including themselves. They do a lot of reacting to themselves entirely. Like, I gotta say, I watch anime for a lot of things. I do not watch it for the whole let's just point out the obvious trope that tends to happen a lot.
Alrighty. With that is a trifecta for The Vampire Dies in No Time, episode 6. Let's move on to Komi-San, episode 6. Komi attempts telling Japanese puns before Naijimi takes her and the gang clothes shopping, where they dress Komi up. Komi goes to a beauty salon, getting touched up before they all study for exams and play Jenga. And cue Komi having a panic attack that night, and during summer break, Naijima invites Komi and Tadano to the pool.
Oh my god, like half of this episode doesn't track in English. The pun play was rough.
The only reason I knew about the pun play is because I looked into it after the whole Bakugo pun thing happened, because Bakugo is a Japanese pun. It's explosion.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, because like apparently I had different subtitles than the rest of you, because like, for instance, like on mine, like the one I have right up now, we have two different screenshots of this thing, and one calls Nejima a somewhat unknown being, and one calls them an unknown being. So like, I shrug.
I don't know which one I prefer, if I'm being honest.
Like, I don't know, because also the fucking subtitles I had, for some reason, swapped from calling Naijimi she to he, and now I'm really confused, so I'm just gonna go with they.
I think... Yeah, they were calling them a she in this, so on mine, so you might have just watched a scuffed version.
I don't. Yeah, like because also my translation that I had, deadass had translator notes that broke down what the puns were. Did yours have that?
Mine did not. So
Yeah, we had vastly different translations. I probably got like more of a fan sub version then.
Probably. Well, either way, I still thought this episode was nice, even if some of the jokes didn't shock.
Oh yeah,
Honestly,
absolutely.
This was an adorable episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was adorable. I just wanted to get that point out of the way first because, like, I was trying to remember what happened in this episode, and I'm like, ugh, there's no way what I remember happened in one episode. I'm like, right, because there was all the pun play and shit that just doesn't track.
I am happy that the yandere girl isn't being super extra anymore. She kind of just shows up, has her little bit, and then doesn't really do much. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what gives me the feeling like her, Agiri, and the other, like, pink-haired girl and them. I don't think they're... I think certain side characters are going to be big parts. I don't think all of them will.
Yeah. Because there wasn't any of the...
Sorry. No, that was my thing. That was my whole thing.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, because the Chinibo girl was not a part of this one, so yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping she would be, but you know what? We'll probably get more of her later. We got pink-haired girl, though.
Yeah.
How the fuck did pink-haired girl expect to win with those grades, though? She failed almost every class.
Her grades started to look like mine.
Yeah, probably because she's focusing too much on just edgelording over, I will be the best.
I know, it's just, I fucking checked too, because I was like, no, does Japan have a different grading system? No, Japan, it's 0 to 100, like everywhere else. So she's just fucking bad at school.
God,
hey, there's no shame in that, I was bad at school.
I fucking felt Naijime during the whole studying section segment. I'm like, fucking... God, ADHD brain sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naijime probably does have ADHD.
Yeah, I had 100. It in my notes as that, 100%.
I like how, after he gets hit twice, he pulls out Jenga. Let's play.
Playing with fire.
It's fucking great. Also, Naijime being like, I want to die. Then Komi, you can't die, about to cry.
The wiggly eyes. Sniff, sniff.
Oh.
Yeah, almost, I am pretty sure, I almost get the feeling that, like, Komi might actually be autistic or something. Like, I'm autistic and she gives me those kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Like, it could just be that she's never had friends before, but it feels like she has this thing of, like, just not understanding how anything works. Like, taking people way too goddamn literally. That's something I do.
Yeah.
I also loved the anxiety segment where sometimes people with communication disorder stay awake at night thinking.
Oh, and she went meta.
That.
The fucking...
She went fucking meta with the... Why do I grow cat ears sometimes?
The fucking anxiety segment. It was so just on the nose.
It was great.
Overthinking everything.
Pain.
Yeah, every person, she overthinks it. Like with Yamai, she's like, did I give her too childish of a dish? Then it's Naijime, Tadano, fucking Agiri.
Yeah.
I love why do I grow cat ears sometimes? That one was great.
Yes, just fucking full-on meta.
That segment was great. I also liked the shopping segment, seeing them dress up Komi. And none of the outfits were explicitly sexual. They were all modest. I liked that.
Well, except for Najime's, but that was sort of meant as a joke.
Well,
it was a bit risque for her, I guess.
Just say I liked the fucking, like, I liked the Kuma shirt. I thought it looked cool.
I'm looking at the Chinese dress right now. I guess other than it does show off the legs a bit.
Leg.
Yeah.
Wait, oh no, it was the Chinese dress that was Naomi's.
Oh, are you thinking of Yamai's, the tube top?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
It's a little bit it's risque.
A little
for her,
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for her.
Yes, it is.
That's
I
what
mean,
I meant.
given the context of how she feels about Komi, it feels a little sus, but...
Like, yeah. The
But
Kuma shirt gave me flashbacks.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't want to watch any more Kuma Bear. No, Komi, no! Ah!
I have no context for this, so all I see is just cute dress.
All I need to tell you, Ember, is that we need to watch a show called Kuma Bear so that when the second season comes out, we can torment Meep by locking it.
It's supposed to come out next season from what I hear, and it makes me depressed.
The wrath of Gilly and Dalaran shall continue through seasons, through us.
I'll keep killing it! And
we'll
I'm
keep
gonna
bringing
be
it back.
salty about it. Fun fact. During the final episode that that we did with Kuma Bear, I actually ate, like, some bear meat on stream.
Nice.
I wasn't joking when I was like, by the way, I'm eating some bear meat. It was actual bear meat.
Where did you get bear meat?
Fucking expensive, but it was worth it.
Where the hell did you get bear meat?
Usually you have to buy it from independent hunters who, like, have the licenses to sell it and everything. If you're fucking lucky, once in a blue moon, there will be a display of bear meat at one of the butcher shops around here, but it's normally like $100 to $200 for, like, not too much. Like, maybe a steak's worth.
Worth it to say you've eaten a bear. Do you think you'd ever eat lion?
It's supposed to be quote-unquote fancy food. Like the rich snob kind of food.
Like I said, the stuff that you eat just to be able to say that you ate it.
You ever eaten penguin before?
Nah. Apparently, fun fact, apparently if you boil penguin eggs, they're, like, clear.
Oh.
Yeah, like, the white of it is, like, a clear greenish kind of color, like jelly.
You boil the child right out of it.
Who the fuck is boiling penguin eggs?
Some
That's
real
something
bored
that
fucking...
supervillains would do.
One real bored scientist in Antarctica, that's who. Wait,
Jeez.
no, in the South Pole. Right.
That just feels like something a cartoon villain would do.
Let's find out. Or you're hungry enough. Or if you're hungry enough.
One of the segments I liked, but, like...
Oh yeah, we're talking about anime.
Right, anime. We're doing a podcast.
It's not the strongest segment of the episode, but I still liked it. The beauty salon one. I thought it was...
Yeah. I hope we get to see that character again sometime, because I like her.
I think we will. Like, they had distinct enough designs to where I would believe it if you told me to come
and the name character too.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice seeing how Komi, like, fucking deals without a translator, basically.
Yeah.
Paper. And, like, yeah, because obviously she would have had people around her that understood her enough to, do basic tasks for her.
Yeah,
So,
this was
it was
someone
nice to get
she's
that.
been to before.
Yeah. Which, by the way, fucking love the design of the hairdresser.
Yeah, I love both of those characters. They look so cool.
Wow, I'm actually getting a list of girls I could pick from Komi-San to be like, hey, this girl's design is neat. Waifu chart. But then there's the blonde panic that comes from one of our other shows that has fucking, like, 3 or 2 sexy blondes in it.
Lamau,
lol, even. Are we ready for cards?
I think it's cards, maybe.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fuck on this one. It's an adorable show.
I'm a fuck it too. I'm really liking this show. It's really cute. It's really sweet. and it can be heartwarming when it wants to. Like seeing her talk on the phone with Naijimi, and like just seeing her at home being like, I want to call Tadano, but I don't want to seem weird. It was really sweet.
I have to call my friends, but I don't want to.
And then Naijimi with the fucking save.
Yes.
Y'all are coming to the pool tomorrow, which, by the way, I'm betting now Komi is going to be in a one-piece swimsuit.
Nice. Yeah, it does seem like I can praise them for that. They are going out of their way to not sexualize her too much.
Yeah.
One of the memes that came around when this was first getting popular was, you don't lewd Komi. No one lewds Komi. Except Tadano.
And it's more like Tadano just does that because he overthinks everything.
I mean, it's more for spoilery reasons that aren't really that spoilery because you can guess it coming from a mile away, but whatever.
Oh, right. Yeah, they're obviously gonna be, like, having crushes on each other at some point. I mean, it's oops, sorry.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, like, wouldn't it be weird if they had just pulled a complete, like, out of nowhere and made all three of those characters into a 3 thing?
Naijimi to
Yes!
See,
yes!
I've seen people ask for that, but it's with a different character other than Naijimi.
I know there's another big side character besides them, yeah, there's another big side character that's coming in, and she's, like, super tan. That we have yet to see yet.
I don't think she'll show up this season unless it's 24 episodes.
Which, by the way, still don't have an episode count.
So,
we can still hope that we're going to get one good show with a 24 run.
Hopefully.
Please. Next season doesn't look good. Please have something good continue into next season.
I mean, we have Money a BL and GL. Those could be our 3, maybe.
But what if they're bad?
But what if they are not?
Listen, for the GL, let's just open up with ACAB and then talk about the pretty police officers doing the pretty things. Then we'll have fun.
Oof.
Listen, we're gonna have to navigate that show like a minefield.
Whatever. I don't know. Did we give cards?
Yeah, I think we all gave a fuck.
We all gave a fuck? It was a trifecta?
Yeah. Trifecta. 4. Komi-San Can't Communicate. Episode 6. Let's move on to My Senpai is Annoying. Episode 6. After seeing a picture of Igarashi and Takeda, Igarashi's grandpa comes to visit. After celebrating her birthday, Takeda and Grandpa go head-to-head in all manner of competition. Then, while celebrating White Day, which in Japan is apparently the day where you give the person who gave you Valentine's chocolate a gift, Takeda and Grandpa murder some high schoolers, accosting Igarashi.
Just fucking rip.
Yes, I immediately went and looked up what White Day was, because I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
This sounds like it could exist, but I don't think it does. But hey, it does exist.
It does exist. It's a Japan thing. Hey, Japanese Christmas is you go to fucking KFC and order a bucket of chicken. So, anything goes there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this episode was fucking boring.
Yeah? I mean, I like the grandpa.
Alright.
Yeah.
Grandpa's great.
Oh yeah, the grandpa is okay. Like, I like him well enough. But when I ship him and Takeda more than I ship Takeda and Igarashi, there's a problem.
It's... Yeah. Like, I thought the dynamic between Takeda and her grandpa was interesting to watch. Kind of, sort of, not really. I don't know. It was very okay.
It was interesting at first, but got old really quick. That's the way that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because a good portion of the episode is him going, how could you be with Igarashi? She's my angel. Head-to-head competition. I don't know. The joke got old for me quick.
Fair enough, yeah. I still like...
Sorry.
I don't want to say anything and, show my hand, but I still like this better than one of the other shows that will be popping up later.
Oh yeah, I like this, in fact, better than 2 episodes that we have coming up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need the one show to die so I can, for the love of God, please let me stop watching it.
Yeah, it was fine, but yeah, it was inoffensive. I thought it was fine. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say about it.
Honestly, same. I don't really have much else to say about it either.
Amber, anything?
Nah, not really.
Alrighty. Oops, sorry. You continue, Amber. My bad.
Nah, it's inoffensive. Not really much happened in this episode, but I still like it better than some of the other stuff, so I'm gonna keep it.
Well, if we're on to cards, I'm gonna kill it! And not just because I not a bet, and not just because of a bet. I didn't like this episode. Kill.
Barely even got to the third screenshot. I mean, here's the thing. It was better than most other episodes of the show. That's where I'm at. I enjoyed it a lot more than the rest of the show has been. And some of those episodes are fucked. And to be honest,
Please keep it.
I'm gonna fuck, because, I honestly... It was fine. It was fine. It's just there's nothing to say about it.
Fair enough. With that is a double fuck and a kill for My Senpai's Annoying, Episode 6. Let's move on to Sakugan, Episode 6. The gang reach a colony of equality where they are captured by the street rats, Yuri team. Under order of Zach Ledu, forced to labor for the team, Gagumber Mamempu settle in, learning about Yuri and stopping him from making a mistake. In the end, Yuri and Zach Ledu join our markers on their journey.
Fuck this episode. I hated this episode.
Wow, it's actually good.
I thought this was a return to form for the show.
Oh, this is the worst episode of the show yet. It's one of my least favorite episodes we've had so far. For one big reason, it should have been 2 episodes. It was way too fast-paced. Does anyone really feel like we barely even knew this fucking red-haired dude before we were wrapping up his fucking character arc?
I don't think we completely wrapped it up. We wrapped up the story around it, but I feel like he's still going to have the influence of it affecting him.
It was so rushed. It's just... the pacing was so fucked. It feels like there's so many characters and dynamics and stuff that was explored in this episode that just kind of gets yada-yada'd away.
So, I think this is an indication that the show isn't gonna get a season 2 and is instead gonna finish at episode 12.
Yeah, it's because this was unacceptable fast pacing. It's okay, Gagumber loses his money. Sure, okay, we can go through that. They get kidnapped by this one dude. Sure, okay, I get going through that fast. But now all of a sudden, we barely even established the city, and we barely even established who these people are. And we're introducing our other character from the previous episode. How does she fit into this all? She's hired this dude for hacking or whatever. So she's here now. That just because we wanted to have the whole ensemble here finally. Okay, cool. Oh, we're going to get a cool cyberpunk heist episode. That's awesome. Wait, no, it only lasts 2 minutes, and then we're off doing something else. And then the tensions are rising in this little group that we barely even care about because we barely even gotten to know any of them. And... okay, I guess we're going into terrorism now, and we have the most jarring flashback I've ever seen. I had to watch that scene with Gagumber's flashback, a good 3-4 times to understand what the fuck was happening. Because it feels like all of a sudden we're in a different place with a different character, but the same robot. And, like, which is even more confusing, because then we do another cut after that into back to where we were before last episode, with these two new evil bad guys that have never been established before, and they're saying a bunch of shit, and then we're back to our original, what we were doing before. And then, all of a sudden, there's this mustache twirler who's trying to destroy all the orphanages or whatever, and we have to stop them. But wait, we're gonna be doing terrorism or something? Where did this come from? There are terrorists that are apparently established now? Okay, we're just gonna yada yada over that too. Next thing you know, we're having this big, dramatic fucking character arc. It's like, no, don't do the terrorism, even though we don't even know what the fuck his plan is. All he says is that we're gonna take a tower. What tower? We don't know. We don't know the city yet. We don't know how important this tower is. So what does it all matter anyway? So, we get through that. We have this big fucking conversation of the don't do it or whatever. And we're all just supposed to forget the fact that, oh yeah, this big mustache twirly evil dude is planning on fucking destroying orphanages or whatever. Which is definitely evil, and we should probably be stopping him, but no, instead we're going to be stopping the dude who's actually trying to do something. Because apparently he's doing something that everyone doesn't like, that we don't understand because it wasn't gone into what his plan was at all, so I don't care anymore. And we just solve it all by doing some quick hacking that we could have done from the fucking start, and just ignored everything that happened. This episode just fucking sped ran like a whole fucking, what should have been an arc.
Okay, so I just want to address a couple of things. With the whole hacking thing, so take this with a grain of salt, because this is my assumption. I actually thought the hacking thing was a video Gagumber took while he was at the casino, because where the mustache-twirling villain was, looked like the same casino. Some of those ladies were just straight up reused from the ones that were hanging on to Gagumber. And they were in the same suits and everything. So I thought that Gagumber took a video of him while he was at that casino.
If that's the case, we could have solved this whole fucking arc before it even began! What the fuck?
Well, they didn't know the inner workings of this colony.
But
like,
if he could have pointed, as soon as they started talking about terrorism and fucking destroying orphanages or whatever, we could have just released this video. And we could have avoided literally 5 minutes of this episode. And that's the thing. It's 5 minutes where we have this whole fucking breakdown of this dude's character. Ugh.
I liked it. I liked Gagumber having his flashback, like, maybe I'm just a sucker for that kind of thing, but Gagumber having the flashback, realizing that Yuri is talking the way that he used to, and we're to assume that the way that got his friend killed. The entire point was the group being like, Yuri, we don't want you to do this, because this will put us in a lot of fucking danger, and Yuri goes ahead and does it anyways. That's why they're stopping him, is because it's putting everyone else in danger. And Gagumber, who has done that and gone through that before...
But here's the thing, he's been putting everyone in danger before with stealing shit. And we don't even know what the fuck he's trying to do. That's the thing. He just says, take the tower. Whatever the fuck the tower is. Is the tower this massively defended statue that contains fucking infrastructure or something? Is it something that you can hold hostage like that in order to get people to stop? Is it just the parliament building of this place? I don't know. It could be some fucking bombed out tower for all we know. Because it's not explained. Nothing in this episode is fucking explained or, like, went through well. Like, there's good shit here. I agree with you. But it should have had more focus and time to bake.
I do agree. This episode was way too fast-paced, but as far as the whole stealing thing, I see where the episode is coming from, because there's a difference between being Robin Hood and being ISIS. You're in a lot more danger if you're with the other group.
Yeah, fair.
Like,
but it's all based around information and, like, the information about this terrorist group that we apparently that we've heard of, that we just heard about in this episode. We don't know what they're doing. We have no idea what their methods are. We just know they're bad dudes, quote unquote.
Well, this is just my theory, but I think the two dudes that we saw like in the area from last episode, I think those two are a part of that group.
Well, if so, that should have been explained. Like, this, like, what frustrates me so much about this is that if this was 2 episodes, I would have loved it, I think. Like, if we had our first episode to establish the group and establish the city and to have this fun little heist, and then did all of the emotional stuff and the taking of the tower or whatever in a second episode, yeah, I don't know.
I agree with you that this was really fast-paced, but I don't know, I still really liked it. I thought a lot of it still worked. Granted, the whole taking the tower thing is... It was a little bit confusing, but the overall thing is still there. Like, they're going to take the tower. It's probably this heavily... You know what? You know what it probably is? You know how every colony so far has had a giant tower in the center of each colony?
Yeah.
It's probably that. There's... You know what? I'm actually... Because we've seen the tower.
It should be explained, the importance of it. Sorry.
Well, that's the thing. I'm wondering if it was explained in an earlier episode, because each colony... Like, I'm wondering if there was a line, or not a line, but, like, something in episode 1 or the episodes of Jolly Jolly where they were explaining the towers, because wasn't the tower where, like, the control center was in the first colony where the other markers broke in was like, no, Gagumber, go in there, do your thing.
I think that was...
This was kind of calling back to that, I guess.
It felt like it was more on the side. I don't know. It wasn't established. Like, it was just a control tower. Or not even a control tower. Like, I actually think it was like a little building that was beside that gate.
Because when Yuri was getting close to the tower, it looked like it reached to the top of the colony, didn't it? I'd have to go back and look at the screenshots. Hold on.
I think it did.
I think it was because I do think it was like the big. For now, let's call them the towers of the colonies. I think it was that colony tower, but I do agree that it should have been explained better. But now having this extra context, it makes more sense to me.
But yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that. I kind of dominated this conversation. Hey, Ember, what are your thoughts on this?
I like it. I think it's cool.
It was nice to see Zach Leto come back, like, because it's obvious the hacking job, quote-unquote, was her hiring Yuri to find them. Like, there's no way that he just so happened to find them, bring them to her. Like, It's very obvious, the whole thing at the end of episode of, what was that hacking job, by the way? It's a secret. It was obviously to find them. Like, there's no way it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see the main ensemble together. Like, I like Yuri's character. From what we got of her, I like the femme fatale of Zach Leto. I feel like she's probably going to betray the group at some point. Like, maybe she's working with the mustache twirly guys. Who knows? Or not mustache twirly guys. Maybe she's working with the cloak guys who were in the previous area. Which,
doubt it.
What are those? Oh, sorry.
I said doubt it.
Mm-hmm. Which, one of those cloaked dudes can just touch that material, which makes me really fucking curious. Are they a robot? They kind of looked a little bit robotic when we saw the little hint of their face.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they have, like, cybernetics like Yuri has.
Probably.
Like, I actually... Oh, sorry.
Like, yeah, whoever these are is probably going to be interesting villains. I hope. Though I don't know anymore, because the show seems to just be in a state right now where it's just going to throw away all of its potential. But whatever.
See, I think you're feeling with this episode what I was feeling with the last episode, actually.
Yeah, like... Totally. It's like, pacing is fucking important. And the fact that I went through as soon as you start playing the sappy music and you got someone giving a pep talk to a character that I feel like I've only known for 5 minutes, that's when I just lose it. Like, I hate that. It's like, you need to pace your shit better. You need to actually make me care about this character if you're going to be playing all the sappy music and having someone give him a pep talk. Because I do not care about him. And so I feel like I'm wasting my time.
At least we get a sense of his personality and who he is before it starts dumping the backstory shit onto you. It's not fucking what's his name from Fire Force where it does that shit.
Barely even know him. Here's my tragic backstory.
Like, I actually like how we get to know Yuri and his place in this group, and then I think it's about halfway through the episode when he and Memempu are talking, and he's like, oh, yeah, these robotic arms, I kind of don't like them, and then he explains his background to Memempu, and and we start to get the sense of the injustice in this colony. Which honestly, that was my least favorite part of the episode, is the whole story of the colony. I don't know. I'm kind of just burnt out of like, hey, here is rich CEO being like, oh, equality is important, but exploiting orphans. I feel like I've seen that a ton of places. You know what? I feel like I've seen that in every isekai. Like every bad isekai has had that. Look at this noble exploiting the orphans, but people love the noble.
I kind of
One thing I'll say that I'm getting I want to see more development for is like, stop making Memempu such a like. Well, I hesitate to say it, but basically she's got the Mary Sue kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
It's like things always work out in her way. Even in the part where she was trapped in the box, it kind of didn't feel like it went far enough with that.
Mm-hmm.
It worked her way, but it still left it like that was still something that's traumatizing for a child, and her dad had to save her. I wouldn't say that was a part of her being a Mary Sue, because her dad had to come and save her.
Yeah, but still, I feel like they need more development on the things not always going her way.
I agree. Like, I definitely feels like we need to have more scenes of Gagumber succeeding and less of Memempu, and more of Memempu sort of fucking up and failing because of her lack of experience, because I do see her...
She is a child.
Yeah. I do see her going into more of a Mary Sue place, and that also really scares me.
Kind of see that this episode. When Memempu is piloting the mech, she exists just to be a decoy. Well, Gagumber does the big heroic act.
Yeah.
I actually like that, seeing Gagumber being the main force this time.
Yeah, that was nice, seeing Gagumber be the center of this, but, like, also, more of Memempu fucking up because of lack of experience would be nice.
Yeah.
Because, like, I originally praised this show because, like, it didn't... Like, it let her succeed, because many shows that I've seen like that, where it's like a young character and an older wise character, it's usually the young character fucks up because they don't follow the wise character's advice, and it's very tropey. But, like, I'm glad that they took a step away from it, but also there's a reason why that exists. That's to not let the younger character, overshine everything.
My favorite scene this episode, though, is definitely the casino scene.
Yeah.
Him at the casino just winning, slowly losing his clothes as more girls fawn over him. Then you just see the hand. He's kicked out his underwear. Oh.
And the voiceover of him just, like, portraying it as him being the tragic hero.
He is the hero of his own story.
Yeah.
And I also really liked the dude with the glasses and the bat. I thought he was cool.
But what is his relationship to the boy? What is anything? What's his personality? I don't know. He just has a bat. His personality is that he has a bat and he opposes Yuri or whoever.
He was Yuri's first not first in line, what's the word? First mate? No, that's not the right
right-hand
word.
man.
Right-hand man. Yeah, he's Yuri's right-hand man. We even see in the backstories that he was Yuri's... Like, Yuri sort of looked after him. Because in the backstory we see, when the police officer beats Yuri, he's giving that kid a bread, and in all the other backstory parts, we see that kid pretty close to Yuri, and in modern time, I think it accurately portrays that he's the right-hand man.
The only distinction that we get of him is from everyone else is that he has a baseball bat. To me, at least.
And Yuri actually
Like Ida.
listens and talks with him. He doesn't really talk with the other members, actually. The other members did exist just to be, this is
Fair.
group. Look at group. They exist.
Which, fair, but I mean, have someone else to pick up the slack. Man, that could have been baseball bat, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that I don't think I could even find his fucking name if I went through the episode again speaks volumes about that.
Fidelio, I think it was.
Yes, Ember is right. It was Fidelio.
Okay, never mind. Shut my fucking mouth.
No, Linus, don't blame yourself. I had to think about it for a second, too. I only got it when Ember said it. I was like, no, wait, that is right.
I only remember him because he looks kind of like a long-haired Ida.
He looks like the editor from Vampire, actually.
Oh yeah, actually he kind of does.
Well, are we ready for cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say I fucked the show.
Yeah, I'm still gonna fuck it too, but I don't want to say that your criticisms are wrong. I don't think, because it was definitely poorly paced. I see where you're coming from. I don't know. I still like the episode. I'm
Yeah,
gonna fuck.
it's I can see that is a valid point, but it's not enough for me to kill the show.
As for me, I've made my problems with this episode loud and clear. But yeah, I just gotta reiterate a little bit. It's just this whole episode felt like a massive waste of potential that like everything about this colony had. It was like, this is an ideal way to show how fast pacing can kill something. Because you want to know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of watching a Marvel movie in the worst possible way. Where it's like, you don't get any time to think about shit. Just go, go, go! People might get bored! Throw more plot points! Throw more things! And yeah, it just, like, room to breathe. Let your fucking plot points breathe. Let your characters breathe. Like, the fact that I was confused so much about whether or not the flashback was a flashback or not just made me go, nah. But the last two episodes have not been great. And I'm afraid that this show might be taking a downturn. And I can't ignore the fact that the amount of vitriol I have toward this episode. So as much as I love Sakugan, I know it's not going to die. I'm going to give it a knife.
Alrighty. That is completely fair.
Yeah.
Well,
It hurts. It hurts because I love this show, but this episode sucks.
man. You know what? At least my fear didn't get realized. That is a double fuck and a kill for Sakugan, episode 6. Let's move on to the Faraway Paladin, episode 6.
Before we go into Paladin, can I take a break? Because I need water. I was speaking too loudly for too long.
Sure thing. Go grab your water.
Oof. Lemons had a lot of feels.
That was surprising. I thought this was a true return to form.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this is back to episode 3 quality. Oof. Pacing definitely wasn't the greatest. I don't know. Maybe it's because I watch a lot of fast-paced things, like both JJK and Vivi are really fast-paced, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed those two. So,
Yeah, fair enough. But I can kind of also see the point of, like, it probably could have, like, developed this a little bit more.
I will say, I think it was still good the way it was. 2 more episodes would have been better. Definitely. There's no question. 2 more episodes would have been better. Or not 2 more. One more episode.
I did want to say it felt kind of... The show does kind of feel like it's going to be a new colony every episode, new, like, villain every episode kind of feel.
It's gonna be like new blank of each episode until the end. But you know what? We're halfway through. Those two cloaked guys got introduced. Maybe I'm hoping they're real interesting because I'm interested in them so far. I definitely think they're part of that terrorist cell because that cut happens directly after they talk about the terrorists.
Yeah.
And I like how we're, like, we don't delve into the group, but we learn of another existing faction within this world. I thought that was neat. Learning, like, oh, okay, there's a terrorist group in this world. Okay, laying the seeds for later groundwork.
Yeah.
But I'm getting real... I'm getting real concerned. I hope this weekly bullshit stops. Or not weekly bullshit. This episode was important. It was introducing... It was getting the ensemble together and introducing another character, but I hope we don't go back to the weekly bullshit. There's only 6 episodes left. I hope some more story starts happening.
That's a problem with this. Like, this show, like, man, it hurts me that the show's 12 episodes. Like, because I love more weekly bullshit. I love shows that are weekly bullshit like this. Like, I could go for more weekly bullshit. It's just, we're getting to the end. We're halfway through.
Yeah.
So, more substance. And I think we're gonna get more substance with these masked dudes. With evil Memempu and Gagumber.
Evil Memempu and Gagumber. Yes. Oh god, they're just... Well, what if the kaiju are all just clones? Someone tried cloning Godzilla and then fucking went out wild. With that, are we ready to return?
Yeah, probably gonna keep that in. We got some good conversation that wasn't me dominating the conversation there.
Well,
you had good stuff to say, so I'm not mad.
I know, I just felt like I didn't really leave the mic open for you two a lot.
I'm trying not to say too much shit right now because my sister has an interview right now and I'm trying to be quiet.
Oh, yeah, that's probably important.
Let's move on. Welcome back. Let's move on to The Faraway Paladin, Episode 6. Will travels alone until he meets an elf twink and shares a meal with him. After getting directions, Gracefield gives him a vision of a village being attacked, and Elf Boy is the attacker. After subduing them and learning their village was destroyed by demons, Will hires the elf to help him kill the demons. And guys, I just have one question. Can this problem be solved with monetary compensation?
I love that fucking spirit of Gus. The first time the fucking spirit of Gus in the background was great after he's like, but Blood would do this, but Mary would do this. The solution lied in the middle.
Yeah, I do have to say it also felt like a very Blood thing to fight back against the elf's magic by just using brute force.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Blood taught me with enough force, anything is possible. I don't think that's a good lesson, but you know what? It worked.
Yeah.
Just take the thing that's not...
didn't know how to react to that. You just punched my magic away.
Now, on the other hand, this episode was great. It was really well paced.
Okay. Like, I thought you guys were gonna... Not thought. I was worried you guys would hate the elf boy. But, I'm... Okay. This is good.
Yeah, like, complete opposite side of the coin. This episode of this show had chef's kiss pacing.
This felt like classic... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go.
This felt like classic D&D. We see, 3 to 4 minutes of Will traveling, then he meets an NPC. Stuff happens until a god gives him a vision. He goes and helps a village, learns the NPC is attacking, saves the NPC, and then they go on their next quest to rid a village of demons. This felt like D&D to me. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I did love that first... I have in my notes, this is the most D&D I have seen something be. I love that first part of the episode where it's just him alone. It's like, you feel how lonely he is. Especially after all the other episodes where it's been a lot of talking, a lot of fighting, a lot of action. There's just these long scenes of just quiet and just the visuals of the scene and just it felt so... You could feel how lonely he was, like I said.
Yeah.
It made it so powerful.
Like, you just got a lot of time to just soak in, like, how fucked this world is. Like, it is post-apocalyptic.
Yeah. Also, we got the second boar-eating scene we've seen recently, and both of them, I will say, looked fucking delicious. I want some fucking pork right now.
There
I
will
really
never
like-
be food that looks as good in real life as anime food does.
Hell yeah. I love the scene of him negotiating with the elf boy too. Like, no, I shouldn't apologize. I should do it not blood. Gus taught me. And he starts negotiating with him like, well, I killed it, so I feel like I'm entitled to some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's just like, oh, shit, you're right.
It's lovely. Yeah, it's lovely. Like, wonder what I got from this, and this might be because like I got out after a long session of playing Dark Souls 2, but like this felt a little Dark Soulsy to me. Just going through this world that's like desolate and just being like, am I the only one fucking left? Just like,
You know what?
yeah,
Oops, sorry.
and like meeting up with the hunter dude definitely feels like meeting up with one of the characters that you would find in Dark Souls, where it's just like, hey dude, oh, you're just kind of an asshole, but I mean you're surviving just like me, right? Yep.
So are you saying he's Patches, or is he the Onion Knight?
Oh, he's not the Onion Knight. No, not in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I do love how they had in the like notes where you was saying like, bro, there's nothing south of here. I love like the little character accent that they gave him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's also a great foil to Will, who is just a good boy, and he's like, I don't really have a plan, so let's just charge in. And he's like, we can't fucking do that.
Yeah, I actually looked it up, and like apparently there are already people shipping those two.
Listen,
Hell yeah.
Not even surprised.
Listen, I kept calling him a girl. I kept calling him the girl love interest in the opening. If he's a twink love interest, go right ahead.
Fucking go for it. Hell yeah.
Cue the
kept-
half. Sorry.
I love that they kept calling Will a warrior priest.
Oh yeah.
That's so much better than paladin. That just sounds so cool, so much more cool. And it makes me think of the fucking badasses from Warhammer Fantasy, the completely shaved bald, iron circlet, Warhammer, heavy metal armor, fucking badasses.
Yeah. This episode was real good. Last episode was also real good, though. Like, both these two were fantastic in their own ways. I loved it. I loved seeing him, like, using the lessons from Marion Blood as well. Like, seeing how he is actually grown, and he doesn't just revert to being the same person. I love that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
God, I just wish people would realize Jobless is gross and start watching this instead. Stop sleeping on this.
Stop sleeping on this show. It's so good.
I understand Jobless hasn't been gross since season 1, but that doesn't exclude what season 1 did.
It's like, the lack of popularity of the show just hurts. But I mean, hey.
Well, it's got a decent following. It has over 100,000 members. It's just getting rated low, and I can't tell why.
It's
like,
I don't know. It feels like a very generic fantasy show, but it's like a really good generic fantasy show. Like, it is very fantasy.
I wouldn't even say it's generic fantasy, because at least in most cases with anime, it's Japanese MMO fantasy, not D&D fantasy. Like, as a connoisseur of isekai, God, am I sick of the Japanese MMO bullshit. These Japanese MMOs are so boring. D&D is so interesting. Why?
Yeah.
I think a part of it might have to do with the animation style as well, because I know I actually was recommending this to one of our previous hosts, and I showed them some screenshots of it, and I remember they were talking about how it looked pretty average. They didn't think it would check it out, and that just made me. I was like, no, don't judge it on that. It's really good.
It visual wise, it looks really average. It is not in story. It is very. It is just it's just solid. It's just a damn solid story, and yeah, like. If this episode was paced like the other one, like the Sakugan one, we would have gotten a fight with the demon people. with the Demon Town this episode, and we wouldn't have gotten all the nice establishing shit.
And the while the visuals themselves might be average, it's not like they're bad. Well, not visuals, animation style. Sorry. Visuals can get real good with the fucking, like, a post-apocalyptic shots.
Yeah.
It's not like the animation style it's bad. It's just... This definitely isn't a A-list studio doing it, but they're still doing a good job.
Yeah. It's great. People should stop sleeping on it.
And you know what? Maybe workers are actually getting to sleep at night, so I'll take that.
Yeah. In their homes, in their beds, and not under their desks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll gladly wait for a long time in order to actually get, like, have the people be healthy and making good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they're healthy, that's when you get the best kind of stuff. When they're actually enjoying themselves.
Don't forget, Final Fantasy XIV only got good when the studio started mandating reasonable hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, I also like how Will isn't using his, like, special sword because of its drawback. I like that he's just relying on it, and the drawback is a nothing burger. I'm happy about that too.
Yeah, he's actually relying more on the spear.
Also, I mean, like, in that situation, you use a spear more than a fucking sword, because you got that reach, baby!
Especially when you can extend it. I thought it was cool how he extended it to like, hit the guy in the stomach.
Yeah!
God, Will is quickly becoming one of my favorite protagonists this season. Like, just his relationship with everyone. Oh, this show is so fucking good, guys. I think of our, like, 3 that seem like they can survive. Well, I guess 4 now, because I can see Vampire surviving. Of the 4, this might be my favorite. I can't tell yet, but god damn if this show just doesn't hit every note for me.
Yeah. It's... Yeah, it's just... It's good. It's really good. There's not... I don't know much else to say.
I am curious to see what the other characters in the opening are like, because in the opening we see some... Okay, now remind me. It's the elf boy, there's the halfling girl, Will, and some kind of priest-looking guy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because there's a scene in the opening, there's a scene with all of them in the forest, like one of them is casting magic. I don't think the priest guy is actually going to be human. I think he's going to be some kind of, like, Azamar or something.
If they go that route.
Maybe. Like, I'm so interested to see more of this world and this cast. Like, I want to know what the fucking elves in this world were like. Because he's a half-elf related to the ancient elves. That sounds fucking interesting. I can't wait to explore that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, this show is so good.
Yes, absolutely. I will never kill this show.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, what I would say is it would have to do something really horribly wrong for me to kill it.
Okay, because a certain Viking of ours said that with another show that we killed the next episode.
Wait.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up on that, but I will say it would have to like retcon literally everything that just happened.
Yeah, like if it completely undermines like the whole like 5 episodes of really good setup that we got, then it's fucking dying. But seeing how the manga is pretty beloved, like I doubt it's gonna happen.
Oh, okay. But important distinction. Don't go off the manga. This is based off the light novel. Light novel is actually also rated just as high, but the manga and light novel are incredibly different. Because in the manga, I think Will leaves at 12, and Gus trying to kill him happens when he was 6. So there's a lot of fucky timeline shit in the manga.
Ugh.
So, actually, hold on. Let me take a quick look-see, because I think they were rated the exact same, but the light novel might be rated a bit higher. Because also, Stagnate was a girl in the manga, too. He wasn't a guy.
I looked up that, and from what I saw, it seemed like he was exactly the same. So, I don't know.
Me and Ember both looked at the design for Stagnate in the manga, and they were a girl, right, Ember?
Yeah. And it looked cool. She looked very cool.
Send me the image, because when I searched for it, I got the same thing that we always got. Huh.
Okay. The light novel is at a 8.12. This is going off Mal, so take
okay. Yeah, the 8.12 was the light novel that I was looking at. Okay, it wasn't the manga. Okay, never mind.
7.92 is the manga.
Which is still fucking high.
Yeah, it's still high. Both, from what I hear, are incredibly valid. It's just, which flavor do you want? Do you want the manga or the light novel? I am glad that this is going off of the light novel, though, because I've heard a lot of good things about the light novel.
Mm-hmm.
Where's I have it on here. I have it on here. There it is.
Man, I really hope this show doesn't get shafted on a second season.
It's gotta have a second season. The way it's going right now, there is no fucking way it's not getting a second season.
Yeah. Oh, I love that design so fucking much.
Yes, it's so pretty.
Woo! Wow. Yeah, that's something else.
That's hot.
That's hot.
Wait. Hold on. I can't just be realizing this now. Hold on. Sorry, I need to check something. No, I don't care about web novel finalists. Faraway Paladin. Who's the voice actor for Stagnate?
God damn it, I just had it open.
Takahashi Hiroki. He has played... I swear I've heard his voice before. Where have I heard him? Oh, he's that guy in Bleach.
Apparently he's from Wonder Egg. He was in Wonder Egg.
Yeah. You know who he was.
Some random fucker in the Rohan OVA.
And he's been in a lot of shit. Oh, he was in Hunter. He was that guy in Hunter x Hunter.
Wait, which guy in Hunter x
Hunter? The blonde dude, Pariston Hill.
Okay.
He was Japan and Italia.
Huh. Interesting. Would not have picked him as that.
Was he Kaiba? No, he wasn't Kaiba. Two different voices.
Ryu in Street Fighter 4 the animation.
He's been in a lot of older anime from what I'm seeing. Oh, he was Mira in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Was he Mira in the games or just there? Okay, just there.
Oh, he's Joey in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, that's okay. That's what
of course, in the Japanese dub, where he's Katsuya instead of Joey, because fuck 4 kids.
Yeah. But yeah, he does a really
Paladin. Sorry, go.
He does a really good voice for Stagnate. I'm really happy. Also, we got a really cool little bit. Just simply being dead for a while will turn you undead. That's fucking interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
there's just I guess an aura of undead energy just floating around that'll turn people and rise people from the dead.
Yeah, it seems cool because there are still living demons, but there's still this influence of undeath over the world because of Stagnate, which is fucking cool. It's definitely leading up to Stagnate being the final villain.
Yeah.
Not just one of his bitch echoes, probably gonna be the actual thing.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to see the real dude and see how fucking powerful he is.
Yeah, like, to defeat one of two echoes took some of the world's greatest heroes and a god to beat. What the fuck is the actual thing gonna be like?
Mm-hmm. That's probably a long ways off. Like, the manga hasn't even finished yet, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've seen shots from the manga. It looks like it gets wild.
Can't wait for it. Show's fucking great.
The show's really good. I'm gonna fuck it. I feel like there's no question at this point, but
Yeah. Fuck.
for a sake of brevity, fuck. You know what show that definitely wants to fuck something?
Mieruko-Chan.
How are we still not talking about this fucking show?
Trifecta for Faraway Paladin, by the way. Mieruko-Chan, episode 7. Hana buys a camera and tries to get... wait. Oh, okay. Hana buys a camera and Yulia... Oh, no, I just wrote this fucking weird. Okay. Hana buys a camera, and to try and get revenge on Miko, Yulia takes them to a haunted location where she tries to compete with Miko. With many misunderstandings and the spirits showing up to protect Miko, they leave and eat McDonald's, and nothing happens. Oh, Miko uses up one of her 3 spirit guardians, I guess.
So now she only has one left.
Please, for the love of God, let me stop watching this show.
No, she held up...
Okay.
Okay, the guardians held up one finger, and I think that was to say that you've... Was that to say that she's used one, or that she only has one left? I thought it was to say that she used one.
I don't know. I don't care. Alright, let's get the good over with first. The design of the barrel spider monster was fucking rad. It looked cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I will never say has been going wrong with this, is that it does consistently have really fucking good and scary, like, monster designs. Mm-hmm. Which is, that's just what makes it feel so, like, whiplashy, though, when it comes to that. It genuinely feels like it's trying to scare me, but then it turns around and gives me boob.
Actually, I found they weren't doing much with Hana this episode. They were doing a lot with Yulia. They found a new character. They found a new character to loot, and it's the lolly.
Yes, I'm just like, for God's sake, it did the thing that I said I was going to kill it for, and it went back to the horny.
Immediately, 5 seconds in.
Yes.
We got the lolly in the shower scene that is inconsequential. Because we wanted to put it. The fucking character design is so wasted on this fucking garbage.
I actually really like Hana. Like, if the show dies here, I'd still probably pitch Hana as one for best supporting. I really like Hana.
Yeah,
everything else in the show is mediocre to, like, not everything else, but the show's just so frustrating. I don't really like Miko, because she doesn't really have a lot to her other than she might have a crush on Hana, but I don't think they're going to bite that bullet anytime soon, and she sees ghosts and doesn't want people to get hurt.
This whole episode was so inconsequential that anything that of relevant, of note, and it's just the same shit. It's the same shit repackaged, barely repackaged, and given to you the same way. But now it's like we got the fucking Sour Patch hair girl fucking thinking that she's exorcising the ghosts and shit. And it's like,
she is actively painful with the way that she keeps, like, brutally misinterpreting everything. It's just like, I want so badly to just punch her in the face and just be like, things are not actually as deep as you think they are.
Or even better, just fucking talk! Just talk! Just fucking talk! For the love of God!
I want one of the ghosts to eat everyone except Hana, and then the show will just be about Hana. Can we have that, please?
Yeah.
Wait, no, then the show will just lewd Hana, never mind.
Then it becomes an ecchi. What the hell?
There's no way to fix this show! The director
can't.
is just horny!
You can't fix this show. From the core, it's rotten. Because it's fucking gross and horny, and it's fucking just... It's based around a cool premise that they don't know what to do with. That's the thing. You had a cool premise, you don't know how to follow it through, so we're just gonna have the same fucking scenes of the stare-downs with ghosts every episode. And it drags on to fill fucking time.
This is why, if this was episode, 3 or 4, it would have been much better. Because then we would have been cutting to the meat of everything. But the show was weekly bullshit until last episode, which makes me think, I think the mangaka was just wanting to swap from weekly to another story. But that doesn't work well in animated form because it feels like the stuff that already happened is pointless afterwards.
But even then, what story is there? Like, we have the Spirit Guardians, but we have no plot points to intrigue us and keep us on any further. It's like, they're Guardian Spirits. When she uses up all of her charges, they're probably gonna be gone. So who the fuck knows or cares? There's no forward momentum. We have nothing we're building towards at all. It's just weekly bullshit. And the weekly bullshit is the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, it's doing that thing once again where it, implies that cool shit is going to happen later and that it just never gets to it.
Instead of giving us any sort of taste for what this cool shit's gonna be, so I don't want to fucking continue on.
I want to say one good thing about this episode. I fucking love Yo Donalds.
Yo Donalds. Yes.
Yeah, that is one of the things that I can appreciate in this show is just how many fucking stupid ass product placements, but not product placements. They had an entire thing last episode where they were just several minutes of knockoff Ghibli movies.
You know what would have made this episode actually make me want to continue?
Yeah.
What?
If at the end, when the thing was happening with Hana and the spirit burning up, if Yulia actually fucking showed Miko, and we had the whole thing of, oh, Hana has powers, that would have kept me interested. But
no! It's just Yulia who sees it! Why?
But Yulia misunderstands Miko and thinks, oh, she'll kill me if I say anything, so I won't. So now I have no reason to believe that's ever going to be brought up.
Fuck the
I just
show.
want Hana's powers to be important.
Fuck this stupid show. Get away from me. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Kill it. Let's all kill it. We'll never have to talk about it again.
Yes, please, kill. Please
kill. Okay, please, for the love of God, why is this show getting so much attention, but Paladin is getting completely overlooked? That's what really pisses me off.
You know damn well why. It's because Booba.
It's because Booba, and this is one anime horror show that's not, that actually tries to be scary. Anime and horror has classically never really mixed that well, and from what I'm hearing about a bunch of people is that this is decent for anime and horror.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's good, but for it's
the
just
horror elements. The horror elements actually work because it's building tension and not just hitting you with jump scares. You know, it's actually, who would have thought? The country that made The Ring knows how to do decent horror sometimes.
If you give it a chance.
Just watch The Ring. Don't watch this. Just watch The Ring. You'll have a better experience.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything else you want to say, Ember?
No. Please let me stop watching the Horny Ghost show.
Is it time for the execution?
Yeah.
Yes.
I put the first knife in.
I put the second.
I am putting this straight into her fucking face.
7 episodes.
Did you fuck Senpai just so that this would die?
Yes! I did!
If this episode wasn't just bad, I would have fucked it for the wheel and to toss your plans. But at the same time, this episode was just bad. I can't fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
This show got 7 fucking episodes from us. That hurts my soul.
I should have died sooner, but I was a dumb and decided to, kill one of the other things earlier.
It's not that you were dumb. It's that fucking... It's not that you were a dumb. It's that the wheel fucked us over. Immensely.
Yeah,
but if I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have had to use the wheel.
And Ember, last episode, that show deserved to live. Like last episode was actually good, at least in my opinion. And I don't regret what we did last episode. I think because of that episode, it had us interested enough. It deserved to live. This episode was just bad. And the show shouldn't have gotten to episode 6 anyways. It should have dropped on the wheel. But we triple killed Senpai and kind of shot ourselves in the foot.
Fucking... This is our lich. I have no... even if Senpai keeps living with our so-so opinions on it, this has to be our lich. Right?
Yes.
No question. We all have been sort of bouncing back and forth. When Senpai, you can at least see where people are coming from when they say that they like it, but no.
Of this show, I can understand too, but there are too many aspects that just objectively are bad that I can't forgive it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just... This show, man. It fucking sucks.
Sucks the life and soul out of my body.
Yeah, I need to stop watching this. It is actively painful.
You're not the only one who thought that when watching it, don't worry.
I'm so happy that we can let this go and that I can cut it out, because fuck, man.
As the biggest advocator for this show, I am sorry. It has earned its place in the graveyard as our fifth killed show.
Fifth killed by episode 6.
I'm still gonna do that swap art because I'm still gonna do that swap art that I was talking about because the swap would be better.
Yeah.
We've already recorded that FMK dropped Mieruko-Chan. Perfect.
Yes.
I've had the list open for a while now.
I need to change Mieruko-Chan from a 7 to a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
I think it does well enough to where... Oh, sorry.
Nah, I'm saying nothing.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think it does well enough to where a 6 is understandable, but I don't want to watch it. Oh. Huh. The manga is rated at an 7.96, and the anime is rated at 7.47. Interesting. But I have to wonder if the manga is any better. I have to wonder if this is another Citrus situation where the director was just extremely horny and kept on the fucking the what do you call it? The ecchi scenes, or if the mangaka did keep on with the ecchi scenes. Because I remember early on, I saw a bunch of people saying after chapter 5 or 6 they stop with the ecchi. So I'm not sure if they were just lying or if the manga does actually stop.
Yeah. But while we're here in the graveyard, we should do a graveyard tour, because I have some things I want to talk about. The first things first, did anyone else watch anything from the show that died?
What all died again? I have not.
Okay. And Ember, you didn't continue Ranking of Kings, right?
I'm almost actively avoiding it at this point because I know they're going to do sad things and it will make me cry.
Fair.
All I gotta say is if they do anything to my boy Hokuro, I would be sad. He is precious baby.
I consumed some anime-related things this week. So I was in a neighboring city, and I was sticking around there for a bit, and I decided I was going to take a quick stop into into their local library, and I decided I'd read some manga. So I was going to do, while I was there for a couple hours, I did a quick sampler of a bunch of series. Well, at least that's what I thought I was going to do. I only really read 2, because there's one that I read was really, really, really fucking good, and I continued with it. So, first thing I read was called Knights of Sidonia, which, have you guys heard about that?
I have, actually. I've heard that it's pretty damn good.
It's weird. It is fucking weird. Like, it has some really damn cool world building in it. Like, humanity is living on basically a Ark ship. On a spaceship that contains all of humanity, and we're running away from some weird goopy kaiju monsters that just destroyed the universe. And we open up, and, like, it's really stylistic. Like, the whole city of Sidonia, the city ship of Sidonia is, like, Japanese streets and stuff like that, but, like, integrated with, like, very realistic looking spaceship technology, and it looks so fucking cool. And, like, humanity doesn't eat food anymore. They photosynthesize.
Yeah, they photosynthesize. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I fucking loved that.
Except the main character, who still has to eat food. Though, obviously, it seems like food is sort of a luxury item now. But yeah, he, like, has to eat food, but he gets, like, bullied because he has to eat food and shit.
Did they ever explain in the manga? Okay, in the manga right away, do they explain why he has to? Or is he just...
No.
Or...
I think it's just a genetic defect. He's just born with that.
How this loser still eats.
From what I remember in the Netflix anime, he and his grandfather were not a part of society for, like, ever. So he never got... I'd have to watch it again, but, like, all I remember is that they were underground working on these, like, mechs and everything, and they were, like, detached from society.
Reference. Another one.
Yeah, and there was there was a reason why he couldn't. I just can't fucking remember it.
Yeah, if there was, I only read volume 1, so I didn't, so I don't know. But yeah, there was a scene of ecchi even that was, like, kind of intriguing with the world, because, like, one of the first times you hear about the photosynthesizing, it's like from one dude, and, like, okay, maybe he's special. No, it's like all of humanity, because, like, he kind of walks into. It does the thing where he walks into a girl's changing room and is like, oh, look at all the girls in the fucking skimpy outfits and naked and stuff, and then he gets hit. But it's not a changing room. It says woman's photosynthesizing room. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, to photosynthesize, they have to take all their clothes off. It's so interesting. Because, okay, have any of you seen Space Battleship Tiramisu?
No.
There is a joke in that show that directly rips off this, where the guy is talking about, damn it, if only I could photosynthesize. Whatever, I'll just season the rice with the sweat from my penis! And he fucking puts a bunch of rice on his cock and ends up eating it.
What the fuck?
So fucking stupid. He also makes friends with this pubic hair that starts talking to him because he's going crazy.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Space Battleship Tiramisu is fucking wild.
Okay, now I have to watch this.
It only has 7-minute episodes. Please check it out. It's like 10 episodes each 7 minutes. It's fucking great.
But yeah, there's also, like, humanity has a third gender now, like, physically, and it's like, oh, they can have children with both males and females, and also reproduce asexually, and just be like, amoeba, here, I'm going to give birth to my clone. And
yes, that was some very early on, like, trans representation, actually, because that character, at least, this could just be the
non-binary representation, and more like, I think.
Well, dead-ass non-binary.
Because the way they work is whatever partner they choose, they will grow the genitalia opposite to that partner.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But like
Yeah.
the show's heavily shipping our main dude with with one of this third gender person. Like heavily. Like
Oh,
dude dead ass feeds his crotch to the other dude at one point in a swimsuit.
yeah, because it shipped him with her or them and do you remember what the other girl's name was? Because
Not at all. And
Okay,
that's one thing I'm gonna
give
get
me
to.
the name of that bullshit show you just had. I'm adding it to the list. What was the show you were just talking about? Okay.
I'm not gonna bother. Oh, there it is.
I have to watch this just to know how shit it is.
It sounds amazing.
it's fucking wild. It is not serious at all. It is all comedy. Don't go into it expecting anything serious.
I might have to watch it too. But yeah, like there's all that stuff. There's like, yeah, it's just like it's a very rich world. But like, here's my problem with it. There was a lot of proper nouns being thrown around, and I was not in a position where I wanted to, whip out a pencil and paper and start taking notes about it. Because like, if anything's too proper noun heavy, I will get out a pen and paper and like make my own codex of things. It's like, what the fuck was the Schrumpflers again? Right, they were the race of weird deer people or whatever that everyone hates.
Yeah, in mecha fashion, Macedonia has a lot of proper nouns.
And it did do something I hate. There was like all of our mech pilots are in a training simulation. They get attacked by one of the goopy monsters that are killing humanity. One of the girls dies, and then like as she's dying and getting consumed by this monster, there's a flashback to like, here's like her backstory. Feel bad, and also look, she didn't do the weird superstitial thing, and she died her first mission, so that means yeah, superstition may work, And I'm like, whatever. It was also weirdly horny, like in a very artsy way. It was horny.
Do.
It was very horny in an artsy way, though, it feels like. Because, like,
Yeah.
she gets ripped apart and shit, like, with... and also, by the way, the goopy monsters have, like, little weird tendril attack things. And that reminded me a lot of, like,
I know where this is going.
Not where you think it's going, actually. It reminds me of The Thing. The movie The Thing. Where The Thing, when it like fucking breaks down and starts revealing itself after it's been exposed, it like shoots out those weird goopy tendril things that like make a weird noise and jerk around really fast. Like, yeah, it's just creepy. I love it. And yeah.
I think I'm thinking of a different The Thing. I was thinking The Thing from Fantastic Four.
No, I'm talking like John
like the
Carpenter's
horror movie, The Thing.
Yeah, John Carpenter's stuck in the Antarctic base, tied to this fucking couch.
Yeah.
One of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, the girl who died on her first mission, was that one of the twins?
I don't think it was, but I know that there are triplets.
Yes, okay. How far did you get in the manga?
I only read one chapter in. One volume in, and it ended with main boy getting bullied hard, and they had a bit of a beach episode, and and it ended with, that was the last time Gravity Festival ever happened. It was very clear that our main characters were about to become proper knights, or something.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember that, but it's been a long time. I'm actually gonna go on to Netflix now and see if Knights of Sidonia is still on there. They might have taken it off at this point. So I still need to watch its second season.
Killed for being too horny.
It was interesting. Not quite what I was looking for right now, so yeah, I put it back. And the second thing that I picked up was a manga called Claymore. And I've had this one recommended to me a lot, because, like, it's one of those manga that gets followed after if you like Berserk. And I fucking love Berserk. So I read Claymore. And If anyone who's watched or read Claymore hears what I'm about to say, they're probably going to want to kill me. But the best way I can explain it is Witcher Among Us.
What?
Mungus.
We have genetically altered warriors who have uniquely colored eyes that are meant to kill monsters and can sense monsters. And the monsters disguise themselves as humans.
Yeah.
So Witcher Among Us. And it's fucking great. It is so good. So, the story focuses around claymores, or more importantly, one called Claire. Claymores are, of course, genetically mutated humans. They specifically eat, like literally eat, the monsters that they hunt in order to mutate their bodies, in order to sense them, basically. And what it does is it makes their eyes silver, and when they're in when they sense these monsters and are in the presence of them, they turn gold and cat-like.
Oh shit!
More fucking Witcher shit.
Reminding me of?
What?
You know what this is reminding me of? Is Prey, the game Prey.
Oh, yeah, Prey.
The fucking neuromods that are made out of the Typhon.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that kind of works, like, really well.
So, like, more like Witcher Prey. Or, like, just straight up Prey the anime.
Yeah. But it's low fantasy, though, which is another thing that really connected with me, is that it was low fantasy, and everything's very grounded, down to earth, with the exception of the monsters and shit. And yeah,
so more like hard sci-fi.
Not hard sci-fi. It's fantasy. Through and through.
Okay.
And technically they don't have a name. They are just the organization, but everyone calls them Claymores because they use, well, the Claymore sword. And yeah, it's kind of trashy, but it's also kind of really good. Like, the Claymores can tap into their monstrous powers in order to give themselves buffs and stuff, and beef themselves up. But the more that they do it, the more they... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And the more that they do it, the more they lose themselves to the monsters. Up until the point where they fully lose all their willpower, and another Claymore has to be sent to kill them. And... yeah. They don't even have, like, names or anything. Like, they barely carry the names around that they used to be known as. They have symbols all attached to them that are unique for each one. That's, like, embossed on their armor and shit so that they can be recognized. And in the bottom of their hilts of their swords, they have a black card with their symbol on it. And once the black card is sent out, it means that a Claymore is going to be sent to go kill them, because with their last shred of humanity, they basically put out the call being like, come kill me, I've lost myself to the monster, to the beast inside me, or whatever. It's very cheesy. It's got that fucking, very edgy kind of... It's got that very edgy sort of... I'm in control, I'm part monster, and I'm barely controlling it and shit, but I kind of like that. It's kind of tropey, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check this out. You've sold me on it.
Yeah. It's really cool. There's a lot of monologuing in it, though. That's something I don't like about it, but... yeah. Oh, and also Claymores are all female, because males can't... because there's never been a male that has survived the mutation. Which...
interesting.
Yeah, it's got an interesting vibe to it, because you got the... and... yeah, I don't know. It's very focused on mostly the weekly adventures of this one Claymore Claire and this dumbass kid that's decided that he's gonna follow her. And yeah, it's very cool. Like, the only thing I don't like about it is the kid that's following her. Like, he's kind of just this whiny little brat, and I just kind of want him to go away forever. It's like, because there's this cool scene that we got, which was of her being forced to hunt down another claymore that she grew up with, basically, that she basically bonded with when they were both going through their and like that they both bonded with, and what's the fucking word? And like comforted each other when they were going through these like horrific transformations and shit, and that she's forced to go down and kill. And it's like we get this really fucking cool like samurai showdown between the two. But it's interrupted by fucking this dumbass kid whining and bawling his eyes out, being like, "You can't kill her. There must be some way you can save her." It's like, shit, just let the fucking cool moment ride, kid. This is rad.
Yeah,
don't just pull out. Don't just
like,
don't just tell
like
us.
Sorry.
Sorry, no, go.
No, that kind of thing feels like it would be saying more than telling more than showing.
Exactly. It's like it's telling us the emotions we should be having, and it's like, nah, just let it ride. It would have been so much cooler. But yeah. I'm a couple arcs in, and it's supposed to get really good later on, and it's already pretty damn good. It's a little tropey, but it's good. And yeah, I don't know. That's Claymore. My rambling review of Claymore. Damn good. I got volume 3 and 4 right beside me that I took home.
And I have been thinking about starting to watch the Russian space vampire anime.
Yeah, me too. Like,
yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks like yeah, it looks like it'd be cool. Like, I wish I locked it instead of Deep Insanity.
Yeah, like I said, that show, it was such a disappointment because it really did seem like it was like the premise was gonna be really fucking good, but then they just failed to deliver on that premise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had such high hopes for this, and then it fucked itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't win them all. And
yeah.
for every shitty show that we've had this season, we've had like really good shows that make up for it.
Yeah, it always goes that way, I think. Like, it'll be an interesting day when we finally get a season where everything lives to the end or nothing does.
Yeah, just everything sucks. Although there can be instances where things suck enough, like you had mentioned, where things like suck enough, but in a funny way where you just hate watch them.
Yeah, like we would have done with Visual Prison, but now I killed it.
Oof.
It's just that was weird, but not in the kind of way that I would want to keep watching. It wasn't balls to the wall insane enough for me.
Did Visual Prison do a bad?
No, we're just talking about it could have been good.
Yeah, we're just bullshitting. I finished my diatribe about Claymore. Claymore's fucking great. Go read it.
I'm gonna read it.
But what if I watch it instead?
Be warned, if you watch it, the anime has an anime-only ending. It's supposed to be a damn good adaptation up until, you know.
Damn. Okay.
Action's very followable. Like, most of the times, it's not like My Hero or anything where it's like, what the fuck is happening? It's usually very readable with, like, lines and stuff. Because most of the fights are just, we're gonna talk and then I'm gonna lop your arms off. By the way, main character fucking hates arms. Like, the amount of limb dismemberment is great. Oh, right, another thing I wanted to say about it. Sorry. I know you just got back, but, like, and I sort of finished, but I've remembered a couple points I wanted. The designs are great. Like, really good fucking female fantasy warrior design that's not, like, super booba armor. Like, she's got some plate going on, but obviously it's custom built to, you know, to a fucking... I'm just thinking... I don't remember what I'm saying. Never mind.
Mood. The eternal mood.
Yeah, my only problem with her like character design is that she's super slim, but she's wailing around like this fucking like a claymore, which is like, that's a two-handed sword. She's wailing around with it one hand, and I get it. She's supposed to be like a mutant, so she's a bit stronger than everyone else, but like, she got no muscle on her at all. Really? Damn.
There was one thing I actually wanted to talk about if everyone else is finished.
Yeah, I said all I need to say about Claymore. It's good, go read it.
I watched and then read all of Bloom Into You. That show is fucking fantastic as a romance. It is one of the few will they won't they's where I actually would have bought it if they didn't end up together. They set it up in such a unique and interesting way where either ending would have been satisfying if they ended up together or if they didn't. It's a very good girls love romance. Like, all of it is given such a attention to detail with such knowledge of this. Like, this feels like this is something that the mangaka went through, and I'm fairly certain it is. Hell, one of the side characters even has a spin-off light novel that I want to go fucking read, because it's great, and that side character is great. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go.
I was just going to say, Bloom Into You has a lot of themes of self-discovery, what love truly does mean, what it means to be yourself, and what it means to try and be someone else, and how that can be very unhealthy. Okay, both of you are gonna fucking hate me for this, but one of the main girls, Toko, is a lot like Vanitas.
Hey, I don't hate that. I fucking love that.
How so?
You know the line that Vanitas says, "I could never love a person who loves me"?
Ah.
Almost line for line. That is said, and they have a lot of similar themes to Vanitas, where they have they have the same vibe where they both feel like they're wearing so many masks, you don't know who the real one is. Because even at the point we're in now with Vanitas, we have no clue who the real Vanitas is, which mask is actually him. And there's something very similar going on with one of the main girls.
Interesting.
There's something There's something that I need to send you, because, I know we were talking about a certain character a while ago, and I had an image of this, and I need to know if it's the same character. But continue, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, it's very, it's very sweet, very cute. There are some spicy kissing scenes, and then the second to last chapter has some very spicy scenes as well. The show doesn't tend to get too spicy, and neither does the manga, but when it goes to that level, it goes there. It doesn't feel exploitive, though, like Mieruko-Chan. It feels like the nudity is for an artsy purpose. Because, it's all about self-discovery, teenagers learning who they are, shit like that.
The fact that it's about teenagers just feels kind of gross to me.
With the context, the nudity makes sense. It's not just, haha, look at boobie and butt that Mieruko-Chan does.
Fair enough.
Definitely could be awkward depending on the person, though.
Yeah, it could be. Because the one girl is a second year in high school, and the other girl is a first year in high school, but it doesn't feel exploitative. It's 3 or 4 pages in the actual, By the way, this is a totally different couple I'm talking about from the main couple, by the way. I just want to specify that. I'm not spoiling the will they, won't they. This is a different side couple. Because it's sort of the crux of their whole little thing that's happening. Yeah, it doesn't feel exploitative. It's a few pages. I don't know. The show and manga itself are really good. I highly recommend it if you want a good romance. Like, not even just like a good girls' love romance. If you just want a good romance in general, I would still recommend this. Although, if you don't like those themes of self-discovery, then
Definitely won't be for you. Alright, so no Mike Meep. This character, is this from that show?
and no, Mike. No,
Oh,
that's not.
okay.
No, there is an Arrow boy, but it's like his whole deal is a bit different than what the screenshot is showing.
Alright, fair.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the reasoning and by extension implied reasoning of why he is Arrow.
Oh.
Do you mind if I say it, or would you rather see it for yourself?
Go for it, because depending on what it is, it might determine whether or not I actually watch this show or not.
So he talked about how he grew up with 3 sisters and, his single mother, and he would always listen to them about their problems and troubles with boys, and and he started to become an observer, liking to observe love stories unfold. But as far as love with himself is concerned, he doesn't think it's something for him. He can't feel love in that way.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at it far, but like I don't want to get involved, and I don't want to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm more like just like this is way too much effort for. Yeah, no, too much effort. Go away.
Fair enough. And yeah, it's very neat, and like there's these like the themes of self-discovery are really nice too, because at the start the main character themselves seem to think that they are Arrow, and it's a lot of exploring that and what love means, because to some people love feels like fireworks, to some people it's not as profound, but they still feel it. It's really interesting. I definitely think you'd like it, Linus, if you checked it out.
Totally gonna check it out. Like, it seems really cool.
Mm-hmm. The only crime that the anime adaptation has is that it's not going to get a second season, because GL and BL anime are cursed. They only ever get 1 season.
Yeah, like I kind of want to watch more GLBL shit, because like usually it's better than. For some reason, I can stomach it a lot better than straight romance.
Because a lot of straight romance is tired, overused tropes. With like GL and BL romance, there's actually more things to explore. It's not like Senpai, where it's like, oh, I don't like him, Baka. No, you can actually like explore like, hey, this is what love means to me. I can love both, or I can love one, or I can love anything.
It's, yeah, like I watched one, and it was called Strawberry Panic, and it was lovely. It was just kind of cute and lovely and very fluffy.
Is that the one where the girls thumb wrestle then start kissing?
I don't think so. Though it might be. I only watched like 2 episodes of it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Because I was watching like some clips of some GL show. I think it was Strawberry Panic. Because I was like, I want a good GL show to watch, and I was looking at clips. And I'm like, this looks interesting, but there looks to be way too many love triangles and even some other stuff that I'm not comfortable with. I'm just not going to check this out. Huh, Bluebin to you. What's this? Watched some clips of it. Oh, this actually looks really...
Strawberry Panic definitely has an element of love triangle to it, because, like, the main girl definitely has, like, her roommate is very forward with her. Very. And the other girl that... Okay, one of the big reasons why I really like it, because they allude to the fact that the girl that the main girl is going after is an alien. Like, I swear to God, it's trying to tell you that she's an alien, and that fucking intrigues the shit out of me. She's like an alien or an angel or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just trying to show. Maybe it's just its unique way of trying to show that she's so beautiful and like ethereal and like very elegant and stuff. And maybe it's just my fucking Aero ass not being able to pick up on the fact that it's trying to tell me that, no, she just thinks that this girl's pretty. But she feels like an alien!
Jeez. I might have to check it out. Although, there were a few things from the clips I saw. It sounds like you like it. I'm actually not going to say too much in case you want to go watch it later, but I don't know. I might check it out at some point again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to revisit it too, because, like, yeah, it was pretty good. It was kind of fun. Very fluffy. Very fluffy. Got a lovely art style.
Yeah, the art style did seem really fun.
Yeah.
But that was everything I had for the graveyard this week, aside from Aquatope being... Aquatope was... Yeah, it was nice. It was Aquatope this week. Not too much to say about it, honestly.
Yeah. I believe that was an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Managed to squeeze out 2 hours. Nice.
Nice. I'm glad I did my little manga sampler there. Oh, right. I should say a couple other things that I was looking at that I was gonna read, but that caught my eye, but I didn't go with. Hey, guess what? It was another GL. It was called Whispered Words, but they didn't have the first volume there, so I didn't go with it. Just reading the back of it, it just kind of sounded really nice, and I almost went with it. Didn't end up going with it because it didn't have first chapter. Another thing was Spice and Wolf.
Ooh, I hear that's supposed to be pretty.
Yeah. Spice and Wolf, they only had the fucking... they had volumes 4 to 8 of the manga, and they had the first 3 volumes of the light novel, and I didn't want to read a light novel, so I just went, nah. And it was the same deal.
From what I've heard of, like, Spice and Wolf, it's like a whole lot of, like, basically fantasy politics.
Yeah.
The manga.
Yeah, which I'm totally down for. I loved Game of Thrones for the politics. I can take this too. Like, fantasy economics and politics with fucking cute fox girl, I'm down.
Yeah, it does seem interesting for the world building.
And I had a similar situation happen with Rising of the Shield Hero. I almost picked up the light novel for that, though, because I do want to check out Shield Hero at some point.
Ooh, Shield Hero is a very good isekai. I really enjoy it.
But it's just with how my ADHD works, I cannot read, like, books and shit. Like, I zone out after the first couple pages.
So, I'm looking at the studio that did the anime for Whispered Words. You know the sister and brother romance where it turned out they were step-siblings, then they get married?
Oh, no.
And you know the other one about the step-siblings, who it's a romance between them, and one of them draws erotica?
Oh no, Aromanga Sensei as well?
It's that studio.
Oh no!
That also done hentai that I've watched before.
Oh no, maybe I should stay away from this series.
No, read the manga. The manga is highly rated. I'm just looking at the anime.
Okay, yeah. Because the manga had some really nice character designs, and yeah.
Don't fault the source material for an adaptation.
But I'm saying, if that's the type of material that they take, how the fuck did they get their hands on this?
Oh, this studio takes everything. Wait, did I fucking watch this one? I swear. He'll be transferred to a new school. He's turned to make positive. Oh, right. Do you know the anime about the guy and the black-haired girl? And there's also this blonde girl who gets really sexual with, like, visual novels and everything.
No.
I feel like there was that one.
Any idea how little that narrows it down?
Okay, there was this one dub scene floating around of that blonde girl really flustered going, "Big brother, I want you to give me a..." and goes really detailed with it.
Oh. Is this another thing that the studio did?
That's another thing that the studio did. I actually liked that one, because it was actually funny at times, and aside from how it never like got fan servicey, but they say some pretty risque things.
Oh my god, the list of anime that the studio has fucking made is garbage. It is peak trash. Like, the one thing of note that's not absolute trash garbage is Persona 4 the animation, and that's universally hated as well.
Oh.
Oh, no! And they also did an adaptation of a series that I actually think looks really cool.
What series?
Haruo Mitsuko. Yeah, it's called Wandering Sun. Yeah, it's supposed to deal with like a bunch of like gender identity stuff, and I've heard it's like does it really fucking well.
Okay.
So it's on my list, but oh god, hearing that it's from the same studio as Arrow Manga Sensei does not give me hope.
Listen, this studio seems like A1, but with slice of life. Like, that's what I'm getting the impression looking through this list. Because there are some decent-looking things. Because there's this one Isekai from 2009. It's fairly decently rated, and it sounds good. Like,
it's A1 if they got more ecchi than they got stuff like Sword Art.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? That's a great way to describe it. Oh, they did Girls Bravo.
Oh, wow! That's a triple threat of fucking garbage.
God, I'm sorry, that's great.
Oh my god.
Oh, Techi... You said it was Tenchi Muyo was the one you were thinking of, or am I thinking of...
Okay, what were we talking about?
Tenchi Muyo, was that the one you were talking about? Because I'm recognizing some characters from this.
I don't think I've talked about that show.
How many? Huh. Weird. Yeah. Fuck! This studio!
Yeah,
I watched all of Girls Bravo when I was 12.
One of my first exposures to anime was Girls Bravo. One of my friends, he was watching it in the middle of fucking science class, and I just looked over his shoulder and just like, what the fuck? Why are you watching porn in class?
That show's extremely sad. One of these days, I do want to... Okay, hold on. I need to confirm if they're high schoolers before I say this.
I don't know.
God, this is going to be a stain on my mail.
I don't know. Let's fucking move on.
Your FBI agent perks up his ears.
Listen, if they aren't high school students... Oh god, they're high school students. Never mind, I'm not watching it again. You know what? That's probably why 12-year-old me didn't think it was weird, because they were older than me at that point.
Yeah? Well, was that an episode?
That was a fucking episode.
That is indeed an episode.
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna title this mess, but I'm gonna title it something. Yeah, you can find me as Lemus thinly spread all over the internet. Find everything neatly organized in lemus.card.co. Yeah.
We'll probably call this episode Horny Police.
Horny Police, thank you. I'll take that.
I have a suggestion.
Okay, give me suggestions.
If you want a good fake out title, we could call it The Death of Sakugan ? For clickbait.
I already kind of blew that last season.
Did we? With what show?
Oh, wait, no, it was Koekimo. It was the best show that we had on the podcast. ? Horny Police sounds appropriate. There was a lot of horny talk in this episode.
Yes, especially with Girls Bravo being at the end of it.
There was a lot of bonking going on. Yeah, Ember, where can they find you?
They can find me at Ember the Unusual on Twitter. If you're lucky, I might post an art. But like I said, I am fucking ADHD and I draw with a mouse, so no guarantees on that.
Meep.
You can find me at soul_king777 on Twitter. However, if you are a minor, do not follow me, or else I will make you star in a live-action remake of Mieruko-Chan, and you will play Hana.
You will have the ghost thrown onto your giant grill titties.
Even if you're a man.
Yes. You will have ghosts be toasted.
You'll have ghosts be toasted on your man titties. And by the way, Meep, it was like a 50-50 roulette in my mind about whether or not you were going to go with the Mieruko-Chan one, or you're going to go make you star in a live-action remake of fucking the show we were just talking about.
Girls
Bravo. And I was going to be worried, because you know they're minors. That's why you're doing it.
Yes. Hey, if they want to be so in touch with the NSFW community, they have to know what it means to be a part of it.
No!
Listen, it's to scare them into running away, Linus. No fear, Tab.
We'll see you next time, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.